Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you so much for watching On the Town. We are so excited to see you back again for another week. So, this week we are talking about what happens to aged out foster youth in foster care. Are they getting the resources they need? Here with me today is a former foster trauma survivor. He has written a great book called My Journey in the Shadow of the King. He is the oldest of six kids that were in foster care for 5 years. Please welcome Danny Vann. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Tanya. Thank you for having me.
How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Um, so foster care and aging out. So can you want to share like the short version of your story before I go into the questions?
Yeah, we came from the broken home. Went to various relatives in kinship care.
Mhm.
Went into an orphanage, which group home. From there, went into foster homes. Were reunited with Dad.
Mhm.
But when he got back, nothing had hardly changed at all. I don't know that he went through any anger management or anything.
Mhm.
They replaced the doors with all the fist holes in them,
Mhm.
and put some fresh paint on the place. And then he married, after he divorced my mom. He married an alcoholic girlfriend to be our nanny,
Mhm.
and it wasn't 6 months, and everything was right back where it was before it all started.
Wow.
So at 17 years old, they went camping for the weekend,
Mhm.
and I stuck a note on the phone. I said, "You know what? You've done enough. I'll take it from here." And
Wow.
I left, and I never came back.
Wow, how did you do it? My God. I mean, like what was your first contact? Like what was the first contact? Because I remember the first day I aged out. So that's your age out moment, isn't it?
It was for me because I was really had a strong passion for music,
Mhm.
and I met some people at a local radio DJ talent show,
Mhm.
and they were 100 miles away. They lived in Cadillac, Michigan. I was in Bay City,
Mm.
and they said, "You know what? We love what you do. Our daughter sings too." I was a teenager, right? And they had a teenage daughter. Go figure. Why would I do that, right?
Right, right.
And so they wanted to get us together to do a duet and go out and sing it. I did Elvis. She did Tammy Wynette,
Oh wow.
right? Right. So it would have made a cool thing, right? Well, I didn't get it really at the time. It was about money,
Mhm.
but they were real sincere. And hey, we hear your story. I told them my life story, and they said, "Why don't you move in with us? You can come up to Cadillac." They had a teenage nightclub out there where national acts were coming through and
Wow.
touring, because Cadillac's a tourist town. They
Right.
have Cabernet Ski Lodge and all that. It was a big thing back then. And so I said, "Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, I'll do this."
Wow.
So I went to
Family
Cadillac, 100
good?
miles away. And you know what? I was a junior in high school.
Mhm.
I had just finished my junior year. In
Mhm.
fact, I was only 17 by about 3 or 4 weeks. I just turned 17,
Wow.
and went up to Cadillac. And by the time I graduated high school, because I did stay in school, that
Mhm.
was the one smart thing I did. I did finish high school,
Mhm.
but even up in Cadillac, I moved 3 times, Tanya, before
Wow.
I graduated. So by the time I graduated high school, I had already moved 15 times in
Wow.
my life. So,
15. See,
yeah, yeah,
that's crazy. So, well,
yeah.
what does it mean that you are a foster care survivor? I mean, I know that as a foster, but somebody out there may not.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing of it is it's trauma, right? It's
Mhm.
like you live in chaos.
Mhm.
You're traumatized, not only just living in the chaos because of the violence or the abuse or the drugs or the sex or whatever's going on is
Mhm.
is not normal. It's not healthy, and it is not good for the brain of young people, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I survived all that, right?
Mhm.
And then I went through the system and was able to finally exit the system and be able to go on and make something of myself, because I went into corporate America. I made it to middle management. I
Mhm.
made a six-figure income in middle management,
Right.
and at the same time, I did follow my passion for music,
That's
and I
so
was able to do a music career, which is, the book title "In the Shadow of the King."
right,
Well, the king of rock and roll, because
right,
I did Elvis in Las Vegas,
right.
right?
Yeah.
And and then I also was able to get into the Hall of Fame there, and so
Mhm.
I had two careers, and I was be able to be successful. But in the meantime, I did a ton of charity work. If there were kids involved, I
Mhm.
was donating my time,
Okay.
and
Okay.
so I was always giving back. And now I'm to the point where I finally had double bypass surgery, open heart surgery.
Okay.
15 years after that, I had a heart attack, which
Yeah.
totally disabled me. You heard stress kills, right?
Well, my brother
Well,
died at 41
stressful life.
points. Yeah, I
There you
know
go.
that. Yeah.
See,
And
but
if we would have known he had the first one, he could have got a stent, but he didn't know.
See,
Yeah.
and so I survived all that, and I'm still here, and I want to help some more. So
Uh,
that's why I'm here.
that is amazing. Well, let me ask you this: when all that went on, and so you were at school, you did college, you said, right? So when
I
you
didn't. I No, I finished high school. I didn't do college until I was in my 30s.
right. So how did you
Uh,
get your first? That's what I'm saying. When all this was going on and things were kind of crazy, how did you get your first job that you were able to eat off of and not have to live with 20 roommates?
um, I went through the high school, what they called co-op program
Mhm.
back then.
Oh,
It's now they call it interns or something. I
right,
don't know.
right, right. I did
So
that.
to me, being the oldest of six kids,
Hmm.
even back when I lived in all the chaos,
Hmm.
we went to the local farmer fields and picked tomatoes. We picked
Hmm.
cucumbers. We picked potatoes.
Right.
To me, work was just what you did to eat, right? So
Exactly.
it was no big deal to me to go find. In fact, when we were in the foster homes,
Hmm.
six of us were split up into three different foster homes all over the city. We couldn't see each other, when there was no visitation, when nobody showed up.
Mm.
And so being the oldest, I took a job pushing an ice cream cart, Tanya. For the
Wow.
summer, I sold ice cream, right? And I saved all my money and I bought bicycles for my brothers and sisters so we could see each other.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
is such a
that's
kind thing.
true
See,
story.
you're very blessed. My
True
siblings
story.
and I got to stay with the one that passed away. He grew up his whole life with me. They would not
Good,
separate. But
good.
my older sister and my baby brother actually got adopted off. And I'm still looking for him, by the way. Mark Rochester, if you're out there anywhere,
Yeah.
looking for him. I'm guessing with age progression, he would look like Chris Brown with reddish
Ah,
hair. That's
wow.
my well, because
Yeah,
when I think of him as a baby, and like if he grew up, that's
yeah,
a small
yeah,
part. Or Michael,
yeah,
I'm not sure. But anyway,
yeah,
the point was that you're blessed that you were a good big brother. You got to keep in touch with them. We
yep,
were separated so far that no one could figure out where the other one was, pretty much, and so that's why.
yeah,
But
yeah.
so I commend you for that. People like you should be awarded because to me,
Uh,
people don't understand it's hard, and God gave you siblings for a reason.
oh yeah,
In
oh
case your
yeah.
parents can't do the job, they can help you get through. So I
I
don't know why they separate them.
I was heartbroken when I moved to Cadillac, but I had to survive.
Yeah.
I was talking with a counselor in high school, and she
Mhm.
was telling me,
Mhm.
you haven't had a chance to be a kid. You
Right.
know, if
Right.
you get an opportunity like this,
Right.
take it. If the door opens, go through it."
Right.
So
Exactly.
when I went to Cadillac, I wrote letters that summer to my brothers and sisters and shared my adventures with them,
Yeah, that's
trying
so
to
awesome.
encouraging you can do it too. And the answer to your question about the job, I got a job at a local ice cream parlor up in Cadillac.
Smart.
And then right after that, I got a job through the high school at Montgomery Wards.
Wow.
And so I worked there until I moved to Detroit to get discovered.
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah.
I see you do these lovely videos for people that are aging out and get to give them clues on what they need to do and stay
Yeah.
focused. Well, how can you impact the current foster youth today?
The biggest thing I think we can do is talk to each other, is
Hmm.
listen to each other and talk to each other. And I'm at a place now where I can go surf the net and I can research and I can be a voice because I've been there, done that, went through it.
Right.
I
Right.
couch surfed, yada yada yada, right? And now there's so many more programs than there were when I aged out.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
what I want to do is tell everybody. So I put up a website. It's flashing on the screen, dannyvann.com.
Okay.
And I have over probably 5 or 6 dozen links to free programs and free resources.
Okay.
Where the youth today, they don't know what's available. They don't even know what questions to ask.
Right. Right.
You've been coddled and taken care of so long, or you've been ignored and
Yes.
abused. You
Yes.
don't trust anybody.
Nope.
You're embarrassed. You don't want to ask anybody, where do I go? What do I do?
Yes.
You want to be independent,
Yes.
but you don't know what that means. What's step one? What's step two?
Right.
So I wrote a free ebook, which is on my website.
Oh, that's great.
It's got it itself has over 3 dozen links in it, right? And there are links about housing. There's links about food and clothing.
Wow.
Get help from ifoster.org.
Oh, I
Transportation.
saw that
Yeah,
organization.
yeah.
Is Surreal still with that organization?
I don't know all the people's names.
Okay.
What I've done is I've researched what they do, and
Wow.
I'm looking for the things that would help me if I was couch surfing right now.
Mhm.
What would I need?
Wow.
Free cell phone program,
Right.
transportation Chaffee funds grant, right? And
Wow.
I just go on and on and on. I got a whole page here. I got a whole page of links. Yeah.
Wow, I have a young lady that needs that. So I'll have to send her to your site because she's just graduating from regular grad school, but trying to be a PA. So
Right.
she got a long struggle. But
Yeah.
California saying, bye, you're of age, bye, can't help you. She's in New York, so New York can't really help her the way they want to because she's aged out of there. And I told her, sign yourself out of there, and you should have signed yourself in here, but she didn't do that. So
is she over 26?
She's 20, 22, 20, something like 21.
Okay.
She's 21.
So a lot of these programs are good up to age 26.
I know. Right? I know.
And there's an organization called ucu.org, YOUSEE.
UCU dot
org, YOUSEEYOU.org.
Wait, how do you spell it?
YOU.
Oh, I spelled that wrong. Wait.
Yeah.
YOU
SEE.
SEE.
Yep. YOU. So it's UCU.
Oh, nice.
.org.
Right.
And they have free mentoring for life. You cannot age out of their system. Right.
See, that's how we do it here at Foster Kids Unite.
Yeah. So you can get free mentoring. You can get life coaching.
Nice. Wow.
And they have a 24-hour chat online.
What?
So if you need help right now, you can go to them right now, and a licensed life coach will talk with you.
Thank you. I'm going to share that link because
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I have a nonprofit and I help aged out foster youth.
So
scholarship, gift boxes, like toiletries when you're in college, stuff like that.
Yes.
So
so you tell them to look up foster closet in their neighborhood. Foster closet. If you have ever been in foster care, most foster closets will open their door and you can come in and get what you need. Clothes, whatever, foster, and they're all over the United States.
Oh, I'm going to research that.
Thank you. Foster closet.
I'm going to look into that. That's
such
great information today. I appreciate if you're a social worker, if you work with foster youth, even if you're a doctor, a teacher, this is for this information because you can share it and you can pass it. I told you, reach one, teach one, and it takes all of us to save a life. It takes the village, not just one person. So What about this? What about if a kid is already out of foster care, they're homeless, no diploma or GED? What should they do? What if they want to go to college or they can't afford it?
Yes. So there's funds for that. Okay. There's organizations, there's Chaffee funds. Every foster kid, and I think I'm not 100% on the age range because it varies by state.
It's free college.
Every foster kid, right, qualifies for Medicaid. Yes. First of all, for healthcare, right? And whatever else Medicaid offers. Now, if you want to get into college programs, every state has some sort of either Chaffee grant, or other grants, right? And there's all kinds of private foundations
Yes.
that I have many of them connected on my website with my links, but
Yes.
you need to search foster care grant, foster care education, foster care college, and I'm telling you, there's so many programs out there.
I hear. I mean, there's Alexis and Justin Black. They have a whole business
Yes,
helping foster youth with get total free ride. And I was
there
like,
you
wow,
go.
I wish you were
There you
around when
go.
I was at NYU.
There you go. Yep, yep. And the problem is, and this is where I think, you're really helping provide a service too, is we need to get the message to the kids. And
Absolutely.
and kids, you could be all the way up to 26 years old and still get some of these programs.
Yes.
So it isn't, and you don't have to have a diploma or a GED yet.
Yes.
There's a couple programs in my list here.
Yeah.
It's called my list is called It's My Life Emergency Exit Kit.
Oh wow, I
And
love this
I
stuff.
and I created this about 5 months ago when
Mhm.
I was on Facebook and I saw a young lady
Mm,
just beside herself because she got kicked out of her location,
mm.
and she goes, "I don't know where I'm gonna sleep tonight." And it was like,
Jeez.
and what she did, the reason that it happened was apparently they kept sending her back to her bio,
Oh, that's the worst when they do that. Of
to the bio chaos pool, right?
course. So what do
Right?
you expect?
And so what she goes is, "They screwed up this time because now I'm 18 and I don't have to stay there. I'm out of here, but I
Right.
don't know where I'm sleeping tonight," right?
Exactly. Yes.
And
I
so that incident
Mhm.
created the emergency exit kit. So
Oh.
that here's all on one page.
Mhm.
There's like 30 links here that
Wow.
have to do with everything. And the first thing I put on here is, where am I going to sleep? There's a phone number, 211.
Oh wow. 211.
211. Have you heard about it?
Uh, which
They're
which
they
one are you in?
they're in all the communities,
That's what I
right?
thought. We have one
Yeah,
here, and I said, "Is it just
right. They're
my area?"
all over the US. And
Nice.
the
Oh my
second
God.
number I put in here is if you or your siblings have been abused and they're still in trouble,
Oh,
1-800
wait, one.
48 1-800.
I'm writing as we speak. 800.
Oh, yeah. 422
422.
4453.
3. Oh, this is brilliant. So
And
if
what that spells, it's
Mhm.
1-800 4, right?
Mhm.
4 a child.
Oh,
1-800 4 a
wow.
child is 422-4453. Report the abuse, they'll research it and they'll get on it 24 hours a day.
Oh, this is being abused. I'm typing as we go, guys. This is amazing. Where I'm going. Let's see. Emergency number abuse. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. I see that. I see you're putting a number. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm putting
Yep.
it there. But this
Thank
is,
you so
hey,
much.
you are like a wealth of it. I don't know why I didn't have you out here sooner. What's up with that? Shame on me. So if they are still in high school, right? If
Yes.
they're still in high school
Yes.
and they're having a hard time with classes,
Yes.
where can they go and get help without looking bad? Because like I remember this
Yeah.
is so sad that I'm 56 and
Yeah.
all these stories are regurgitated and still today. Like I'm like, wait a minute. So I was not a dumb person. What it was I was in the middle of being sexually abused by 2 foster brothers, and nobody heard any of the signs like at all. They just thought
Uh,
I was a troubled kid or something. I don't know what they.
uh,
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 it
yeah.
wasn't at all. I was a very kind person. I kept my sanity. I'm surprised I didn't develop multiple personalities, quite
No
honestly.
doubt. Yeah. No
But
doubt.
and
Right.
I had therapy, but nobody got the signs. I had a couple of teachers, and one I actually gave an award to, who actually, I don't know if they knew something was off, but they rose above and were like, you're gonna get this right, and you're gonna do this. So they inspired me, and that's why I write today, because of this one particular
Okay.
teacher.
Okay.
What does a kid do? What does a kid do that's in that?
If you're still in school and
Mm-hmm.
you're still in foster care,
Mm-hmm.
request a CASA, a
Oh, oh,
court-appointed special advocate.
that down. If you're still in school,
Still in foster care,
request. Oh wow. Uh,
request a CASA, CASA,
I got that. A class up.
court-appointed special advocate. And this is all done behind the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody around you knows it's even going on. See,
Yes. Yes.
right?
This
And
is
now you have a court appointed special advocate, or what they call a GAL, GAL.
a
Now
gal.
this,
G
yep,
A
guardian ad litem.
guard
Guardian, it's a legal
ad
term. Just
line.
gal. So you want a casa or a gal?
Okay, just a card.
Yeah.
A guardian. Okay. I'll just put a yeah. I'll just put a parentheses there. So guys, I'm typing. I'm sorry, a guardian. And they'll know what that is, so they can do
And
that.
these people come alongside you, and they are beyond your caseworker. These people are appointed to you. And
Yeah.
there's quite a few states now in the US that
Mm-hmm.
actually appoint your if you're in foster care, you
Mm-hmm.
have your very own attorney,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Well, I didn't know this stuff, and they had it
Yeah.
tell me when I was there, but I had no clue until I was going to volunteer for CASA. I had
There
no
you
clue
go.
about none of this. I was like,
Yep. There
somebody
you
could have
go.
been fighting for my rights. So many
Yep.
things happened that was just so like even
Yep.
when I left, I didn't have a penny. No one said, "Here you go. Here's $2,000 for your journey." I went to another group home after my home because my abuse
Yeah.
was kind of swept under the rug. And
Oh no.
believe me later after he molested other people, but that's another story. So I feel bad. Like to go through all this stuff and have to figure it out is crazy. I'm so
It's
lucky that
absolutely.
I fell into modeling. That's what saved me.
Yes.
Believe it or not,
Yep.
it was my gay community and my modeling career that saved me. Believe
Yeah.
it or not,
Mine was my music. Yep.
yeah.
Mine was my
Well,
music.
I was in a lot of in the fashion, fashion, music, all that stuff goes together.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that
Yep.
kind of saved me, as
Yes.
I can say. But I can imagine kids who don't have that, like what they're going through because they
Yep.
don't have. I can't even imagine. Like I look back some days and my daughter's like, Mom, how did you do that? And I was like, I don't even know. They were like, well, how'd you FIT? I do remember a counselor did help me when I was
Yeah.
at a group home. It was a
Okay.
girls' residence, they called it.
Right.
And they
Right.
had on 6th Street. One of the lovely counselors there, I think it was Rachel. She helped me get into. I think it was her that helped me get in FIT. I want to say it was her. So I had that help once once I aged out of this place and signed
Right.
myself in and
Right.
went to a place in the city. They
Yeah.
had the nuns and then had a lot more resources, and they were really. I think they believed. Well, at least I know the head nun. She did believe my story about being abused, and
Yeah.
so she made it her business to make sure that everything gets connected, and I connect the
Yep.
dots. So
Yep.
I just feel so bad for kids who don't have. Like, imagine if you have no reading skills because you moved around so many. I know someone that moved 30 times,
Yeah.
3 times,
Yeah.
only for a college break.
Wow.
For a college break.
So
Right.
all these programs we're talking about here, they're listed at my website. There's
Yes.
educational programs. There's free tutoring programs. Money that foster kids get each
Yeah, I
month
was
to
gonna
go
get
into
to those after.
society.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
to all those
All
questions.
right. Okay. All
Yep.
right.
'Cause,
Here's another thing, and again, I know everybody's in their own space, but I'll just take the space that I'm in because I'm in it right now, right?
okay.
So here's another thing you can do. If you don't have this, my recommendation is go get involved. Find a church program.
Yes.
There's an organization called CAFO, right?
See, see.
It's CAFO, the Christian Alliance for Orphans.
Oh wow. Thank
All
you.
right.
Mm-hmm.
They have a website. They have all kinds of programs.
Okay.
Their goal is to get every county, I think it is, in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in the county,
Mm-hmm.
to have a foster youth church group
Oh wow.
to support the kids and the foster parents.
Mm.
Because these foster parents, that some of them these days they get trained, right? But
Right.
they don't. You
And
gotta
I don't know what
understand.
they've been doing with the training, to be honest with you. They
Well,
they need to be hiring us to be doing the training because we
well,
know
they should. Yeah, they should. There's a big movement about the trauma informed training.
yeah, it's
So
great.
there's a lot going. That's a whole nother program that
I
we can
know.
talk about.
We will have you back for
Seriously.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
you back. But so you mentioned free mentoring and life coaching on your website.
Yes. Yes.
How can they help someone who has no hope of getting a diploma or a job?
Well, the whole point is why don't you have hope? What is it that makes you so hopeless? The
Mm,
reading issue, right? So
right.
if you get into one of these programs,
Mhm.
they can give you like night school or weekend
Right.
school or
Mhm.
tutoring. There's an organization called Cognitutor.
Cognitive.
COGI. It's on my website, but
Uh-huh.
Cognitutor,
Okay.
and they specialize in helping traumatized and difficult individuals in understanding how they learn, because you
Okay.
can't sit in a classroom and
Mhm.
everybody teach everybody the same way. They're finally learning that, right?
Yes. No.
And so Cognitutor focuses on the student and what their best method of learning is, and
See?
then they tutor them that way,
See,
right?
that's brilliant. That's what I'm talking about. I have one teacher out of all of my high school.
Right.
One, well, maybe two, but it's a particular one, Miss Fenari. I never forgot her. I love her wherever she's at. I love you, Miss Fenari, wherever you are. She knew that she was the first one to coin the phrase for me that I'm a visual learner.
There you
I
go.
know that. I just thought, oh, I'm just dumb. I
There
was
you
not
go.
dumb at all. I just could
No.
not. If I can't see it, I can't believe it.
There you
So
go. There
she
you go.
taught me that, and because of that, when I got to my next schools or whatever I did next, I was able to tell what my issue was, so that I knew how to address it
Yep. Yep.
instead of
Yep.
being intimidated and saying I ain't going to do this. It's too hard.
See, and this is where I was coming from, is understanding
Hmm.
the why.
Yes.
Because you're looking at yourself and comparing yourself to all these quote unquote normal kids, and
Right.
your life wasn't normal. At least it was rough,
Right.
and you're trying to keep up with people that didn't have all these challenges.
Yes.
There's a brand new book out by
Mhm.
Dr. Bruce Duncan Perry
Oh,
and
but
Oprah Winfrey. It's a brand new book.
oh,
It's called What Happened to You.
oh, I think I heard about this.
It's brand new. I'm about 10% into it, but it's just eye opening that
Oprah, what's his name?
Bruce Duncan Perry, Dr. Bruce Duncan Perry.
Duncan Perry.
Right,
Okay, so we got
right.
that. Okay,
And
thank
this
you.
is so new, it isn't even on my website yet. I'm still researching. But
Wow.
what he's done is over 30 years, right?
Hmm.
He's done over 30 years of research on the trauma and what it does to young kids. And I'm talking from 3 year, anywhere from birth up to 3 to 6 years old. If
Absolutely.
you're traumatized during that time, which most of us were, even
Yes.
though we didn't even make it to foster, I didn't make it to foster care until I was like 11, right?
Right. Right.
But prior to that, my whole life, I can only remember a few years where there wasn't violence and arguing
Right.
and breaking of things and me being backhanded and thrown across a room, right? So that trauma messes with your thought processes,
Absolutely.
and your brain at those ages is forming its wiring network.
Yes.
And when you're traumatized, it gets out of line and it ain't working right,
Nope.
right?
Yep.
And so they're just learning that now. My sister was dyslexic, and she never knew it until she was like 30 years old trying to
Mhm.
go to college.
Yeah.
She
My
got
brother.
her GED and tried to go to college.
Yeah. No, it's
She didn't even know it.
yeah.
She thought, like you said, she thought she was just dumb, and she knew things if she was an audible learner, right?
Right. Right.
Because she couldn't read stuff. And
Ah,
still
yes.
can't. She still
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah,
amazing what we
yeah,
compensate for, right? The
yeah.
what we say fosters are smart kids. Tell us about your free ebook and newsletter.
Right. Okay. So on the website, I've gone to the point where I just put the ebook up and you can just go get a copy.
Oh,
Right. Originally, I had put it out and I was advised. I have a mentor helping me move this program along. Right. So my mentor recommended, well, put your ebook out,
mm-hmm,
and have people sign up for your newsletter. And when they sign up, they get a free ebook.
mm-hmm.
Well, I got 40 or 50 people to sign up, and I went, you know what? This is dumb. I just want to give people the ebook. It's
Right.
not it's not about what I can get from them.
Exactly.
It's about what I can give to you and how I can reach more people.
Is that a
So
foster? Because I do that too. My friends are like, "Oh, you need to charge for that. You need to do that." I said, "I don't. Money will follow. If I'm doing the right thing, money will find its way somehow." You know,
yeah.
I never follow. I never chase money. I've never been a money chaser.
Hello, wrong focus. Why are you doing it? Because I want to help somebody. Not
And be-
not
and
help
because
myself, help somebody.
yes, and because somebody helped us. Well, I was homeless 3 times. How
There
did
it
I
is.
get out of homelessness? Because I had an angel.
There you
That's
go.
how I got out. And how did I, I stayed away from drugs.
Yep.
I
Yep.
didn't go around the people that were going to be there forever. I had a plan. I worked while I was
Absolutely.
homeless. People were like, you worked while I was
Absolutely.
homeless? Yeah. I just couldn't afford whatever the rent was until I started modeling again. That's what saved me. I told you, saved me several
Right.
times. But
So
like,
so
here's the,
yeah, go ahead.
no, sometimes you have events happen in your life when you age out. And if you don't have parents, you're screwed. Like I
There
got
you
a
go.
I got 52 stitches in 25 in, 25 out of my
Oh,
hand. I can't feel the side of my hand anymore. And
uh,
so, long story, 6 guys randomly attacked me outside of NYU dorm because I was just walking by at 8 o'clock, and they just
uh,
cops said they were crackheads coming off crack and wanted to have fun. And I was like, well, they
uh,
picked the wrong one. So they didn't get to rape me, thank God. But I was in the
yeah,
hospital for a month in a coma. Long story short, I had nobody to. Well, one person checked on me. My friend Brian checked on me, but I had nobody to check on me and all this other stuff.
mm,
And literally, I mean, when I tell you, I went homeless overnight, literally, because I didn't call anybody to say where I was at. I didn't have,
right,
I
right,
no longer could use my good right hand. I used to type 100 words a minute, couldn't type anymore. I used to
right,
model and go walk down. That was how it made some cash on the side.
yeah,
Do little shows for
yep,
like Patricia Fields and
yep,
little shows, Limelight, whatever it was. I knew how to make extra cash, but I
right.
couldn't do those because I had to cast for a year like this. I had to wear
Oh,
behind up.
oh,
So there's kids who are in predicaments like
yes,
that,
yes.
where now it's like,
There's
okay,
no family to fall back on.
yeah,
Yeah.
what do I do now?
Well,
And if
you got a foster family out here, right? You got a foster family out here. I in my survivor book,
Mhm.
it's called the Foster Youth Survivor
Foster,
Guide, right?
I'm typing.
And it's right on the front page of my website.
Mhm.
And as of like this past month, I just put it up there, and you can link to it and download it immediately. It's a
Oh,
PDF.
thank you.
It's a
Are you're
PDF
an
file.
angel. You are an
So
angel.
and it talks about housing. It talks about how if you haven't figured out what you want to be when you grow up, even if you're 40, you know, and
Yes,
you're not sure what your passion is,
yes. You have the
there's free links there that will take you to
assessment.
assessment programs,
Wow, I love it.
free assessments
Oh my gosh!
to
If you're
help you
a
figure
counselor,
out
you
what
better
your
be
gift
listening to
is.
this.
It's all
Counselors,
there. Yeah.
yeah, counselors, social workers. If you are if teachers, if you are out there, you should be listening. This is free gold. You need to go to Danny's website, www.dannyvann.com. You gotta check them out because it's
Yeah.
free. I mean, you
Yeah.
cannot beat that. So
Yeah.
your message and your ebooks can help foster parents and counselors too. This is great. How can
Absolutely.
they get in touch with you? Is
Okay.
it
So
email or is there a number I should put up here?
Um, I'm not really equipped to handle a lot of phone calls at
No,
this
so we'll
time.
keep it
Yeah,
emailed. Okay.
keep it email the info at
Info.
dannyvan.com.
Yep,
Yep.
it's up there.
Now I'm on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you do Danny Van, former foster trauma survivor, you'll see me out there on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, if you do have a skill or a gift, or even if you want to learn something and be an apprentice to somebody or an
Mm,
intern,
yes.
you really should think seriously about going out and creating a LinkedIn account, because
Yes.
there's so many professionals out there. And
Mm,
guess what? There's a couple of foster care groups in LinkedIn,
yes. Oh,
and
there are.
I'm
I didn't
connected to
know
them.
that.
I'm
Oh,
connected to them. So if you come and link to me,
yeah.
I can pass that along to you, and I can help you get connected on LinkedIn
Well,
as
please
well.
put Foster Kids Unite up there. We'll talk more, but put us up there because
All right,
we
I
give
will do it.
scholarships in May, and we do gift boxes during the December holiday, and we have a cookie angel every month that sends out stuff. So if
Okay.
kids want to stay in touch and mentor too, that's what
All
we do.
right.
So I'll send you
Great.
the information. But last question: what is your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel. I tried to make everything the same as much as I could. So
Okay.
it's Danny Vann.
Mm-hmm.
I have it both as former foster, and I have Danny Vann foster care survivor.
Danny
All
Van.
right.
One word. Danny Van Foster.
I sent, yep. I actually emailed you the link, so I
Uh,
don't know if you can put it up on
I'm
there. It
not
was in
sure.
that email. But
Yeah.
if you go to YouTube and you type Danny Vann, just like it's on the screen, two N's in both names,
Yeah.
and you type Danny Vann Foster, I should pop up. I
Okay.
should pop up. And I've
Okay.
got a brand new video series I'm starting this week
I
called
heard.
the Aging Out Academy,
Oh my
right?
gosh. This is
And
brilliant. This is so brilliant. Aging Out Academy. And you know what's funny? Because I did these videos for years where I just give advice to foster kids, but
Mhm,
I never
mhm,
knew how to sink it in where we're all doing videos so that they're getting all this information. They can just click on YouTube and be like, let me see, I got a job interview today. What do I do? Okay,
right,
let me see. I gotta move to a new apartment, but what am I gonna do? Like, as far as how do I save money? Like, do I know one account or do I know two? All those
right,
things. So
right,
thank you so much. You
right.
are the best.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is going to be brilliant. I'm telling you, I'm going to pass this and reshare this show because I have so many fosters who are, struggling right now through grad school, through regular college. They're aging out scared. Like, I don't know. I have some kids that
Yeah.
one particular kid I can't even find. He aged out. I tried to string as long as I could, but he moved down south. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good move. I haven't heard from him. So I'm hoping he's okay. But I need resources. I need to be able to say, I want you to go to Danny Vann's site. I
Oh,
want you to go
oh,
ahead. Got another
here's
one?
another one. You just reminded me, and I know we don't have a lot of time left.
No, it's okay.
There's a program out there that's free to fosters called the Awana program.
I've heard of
Yeah, the Awana program. If you've aged out in like your situation where your hand got
it. Yeah,
wrecked and you had a
yeah,
whole year you couldn't get on anybody,
yeah.
this Awana program
Hmm.
does research, DNA research to find long lost relatives.
Oh, wow.
It's
Well,
unbelievable the
oh, I have to
connections.
contact them.
And so your existing relatives may not be healthy and you might not want to go stay there,
Right.
but you could do some research and they've discovered that there's just I forget if it's 40 or 50% of the fosters who don't think they have any relatives have
Yes.
relatives who don't know that they're in foster care, right?
Yes. I found some. Yeah. I found some.
And so this Awana program will go out and they do the free research for you
That
to
is
help you
amazing.
connect. Isn't that something?
I'm
Yeah.
so like happy with happiness because I just think about that poor kid. I mean, I know the kid in California that committed suicide because he was like, this is my 18th birthday, I got nowhere to go, I'm just going to kill myself. Like, and I was like, what? There's got to be another option than that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, my
Yeah.
I tell my kids, my brother and I had this theory that we always said, I don't know who coined it, but we've been using it. We never give up.
Yep. That's
That's
right.
not an option. It's not even in my vocabulary. You just dig around till you find the resources you need. So I thank you so much, Danny Vann.
I think never give up is chapter 4 in my survivor basics.
Oh,
So
I think I think we all have that saying,
it's
never
in
give
there.
up. Yeah.
It's in there. It's in
Yeah.
there.
My brother gave me a Bible actually, and he made a cardboard cover. And it's like a day before he died. It was like I looked at it and it said, we never give up." And I was like, "Wow, look at that!" So I use that for everything. That there's always a resource. You just have to tap into it,
Yeah.
and that you can't never accept no for an answer.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. So I thank you, Danny Vann. You guys, please, I beg you to please go to his site, www.dannyvann.com, capital V, capital D, and info@dannyvann.com. Check him out, please. Go to his site. Download the information from, sorry, someone's doing fireworks. Download the information. I'm telling you, it's my word. You will save or change a life. That's something I've coined. Save or change a life.
Yeah.
You will save or change a life if you know the information. If you don't know it, someone might pass by you that gave up. Just gave up. But if you know it and say, hey, well, I'm not a foster parent, but I remember this video that I saw about these two people, and they said, go here. Let me see if I can find You know, information is everything, guys. Everything when it comes to foster youth. How can you help age out foster youth? Having information, having resources, being a mentor, right? So any last advice you want to give us, Danny, before you go? Sorry, someone's doing firework here.
I think you summed it up nicely, but this time I'm going to talk to the foster youth, whether you're in it or out of it, or you've been out of it for 10 years. Life is a journey.
Yes.
Don't panic. This is just the next stop.
And I'll add to that. Sometimes your parents are only a vehicle to get you here. It's going to take someone else to take you through the journey.
There you go.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Danny Vann. Hang out with me for a minute while I end the show. I appreciate you guys. Oh, wait, let me see. Wait, I want to see some comments just real quick. I didn't want to go over my time because we're trying to get Eric in Manhattan. So that's why. But let's see who we have. Donna. Hey, Donna. Hey, Tony. Hey, Gina. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. Somebody asked a question. I'm looking for it right now. Tony, tremendous guest. Oh, thank you. That was they're awesome. 211 guys. Remember that. Thank you, Gina, for putting that up there. 211. Let's see. Somebody asked a question and I'm looking for it. Great advice. If you're still in school, wait, what's this? Is that the question? CASA advocate is very good advice. Anthony, hey, Anthony, what's up? Okay, what about the money that foster kids get each month? No one puts any aside for the kids. No, Gina, and I heard that recently. Never thought about that. No, they get $200 a month or something like that for kids' clothes. I want to say 200 or is 100. When I wasn't doing it, it was like I want to say it was 100, 200. I think it was 200, something like that. Maybe more now, but no one ever. I never understood that. And one other thing, I want to see if you know this, Danny. Did you know that when you're in foster care, if your parents die and their Social Security, that you're supposed to be getting it?
Yeah.
No, the agencies keep it usually. Yeah. I was like, wow, are you kidding me? I just found this out. So my mother died at 42. Nobody even offered me Social Security, not one person. Wow. So I want to know about that money. That someone was looking for us in foster care, and we never got it. It was like $75,000 for four of us because Mark's was a baby. Never got the money, so I want to know who got it. So you're in foster care and you have parents, even if you don't speak to them because they abuse you, that's fine. You still are entitled to their Social Security if they pass away.
Right, and so check with the CASA, check with the foster care lawyer, and they should be able to tell you what that looks like, how to get to it.
Absolutely. The CASA is the best advice because I forgot about them, that they're really the ones. That's crazy. Let's see.
CASAs are volunteers, by the way. They're not paid.
Yes, I know. So, I was going to be one.
They're people with a big heart for kids.
Yes. No, it's okay. It's okay. My dog's sorry. Someone's doing M80s over here. There's a quinceañera going on, and they had the music. There's M80s going on for fireworks. So I'm so sorry.
It's that time of year.
So I think I got I got the major question. Thank you, Gina. You awesome. Tony and everybody. You guys are awesome for chiming in. And I know, Grandma, thank you for watching too. Gina says, make sure you get the Social Security money. Yeah. No, I know. Donna. Hey, Donna. Foster parents, what'd she say? Foster parents get a per diem to help take care of the children they take in. Yes, they get a per diem, but in New York, they get a check every month. They get a big check. Matter of fact, if your child has even ADHD, it's like $1,000 check per kid. Yeah, it's a big check. Now in the Midwest, maybe a little less money, but here's my thing. I have no problem with someone fostering because it is a money fit for them. What I have a problem with is that it's got to be a fit that I know I'm going to do this job so well that I don't mind taking the money for it because when this person leaves, they're going to be on point. So if you're in there, I'm taking their money, I'm stacking it every month. I'm making sure that they have a little nest egg. So even if they say, well, they got to move to another home tomorrow, I can say, here's $100 or $5,000 in an account, and it can't be trusted touched till you're 18. That's just me.
Right. Now, there are some programs like Medicaid where if you get money, you cannot put it in a savings account because that's considered assets.
Yes.
And it ultimately disqualifies you from being in the program.
Oh, that's why.
That's why I said you need to talk to a lawyer and find out what the but
Okay.
the whole piece of that is
Right. Well, yeah, but even if I had money in my account and I'm just saying there's so many ways around that. I mean,
oh yeah,
I just like my friend's father used to charge them $700 a month for rent, and they would be pissed because they were working full time. And he was like, "Why are you charging me money?" When they left, he was like, "Here's $20,000 for all the years you paid rent, and now they could even say I'm going to open a business, or you have options."
And they learned how to manage money while they were doing that. They didn't
Yes.
blow it all. They
Yes.
had to give him some, and that taught them that you got to pay your way.
Yes,
That's
that's true.
nothing wrong with that.
That's true.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. And I didn't know you can if you have a foster child or if you have a adopted child, they should be able to get free college pretty much. I know people like to wait till they're 21 so they can keep the free school going. That makes sense. I don't mind that as long as it's because we're all going to benefit. The child's going to get the college education they need. That's fine. I don't have no problem with that. But there's no excuse because, oh gosh, it's just, I just feel bad. So many kids. Gina, what'd you say? Now, how many people are taking foster kids for the money? Yeah, I know, a lot. And I don't mind if that for like I knew one girl, she's like, "Oh, this is great. She bought a house." I mean, she was really doing it. But her foster kid had the best resources known to man.
Yeah.
Went on vacations, went on everywhere that child did just like one of their own.
But if you're one of the ones being abused and you think that something's sinister here, that's where your CASA and your guardian ad litem can intervene for you, and or if you have a lawyer, you can get to a lawyer, and they can do some research and they can find out what's really going on. You know?
And you can sue up to 55 years old, by the way.
Wow.
Just saying. I didn't know that. But if you've been sexually abused as a child, you can sue up to 55 years old. I believe it's 55. Yeah. So there's no statute of limitation technically for child abuse. So you should look into that, guys. But we're praying that you guys will all be okay. Please check out Danny Vann. I'm telling you, this guy is a stealth of resources. Thank you so much, Danny. You are absolutely the best. And I'm so happy I had you here. I will have you back again. If you have anything that you see down the line coming, something new you're doing, please let me know. I will have you back on the show. Yeah.
I'm working on a new book.
Oh, okay. I can't. Well, listen, we're going to do another foster book, foster survivors book panel, and you'll be on it. So that's fine. That worked.
Good.
So thank you so much, guys, for watching. We appreciate you. And I have one little advertisement I have to put up here. So Danny, stay with me. Don't hang up. Don't leave. I'm going to put this up and then I'm going to do the music and go out. So I'm removing both of us for a minute. Right? If you need a comedian, Tony Viagra is your guy. All righty. You can reach him at TonyViagraComedy.com. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys. See you on today's Sunday. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.